Going to kind of the next thing that is one of my favorite charts right now is the UTXO realized price distribution. So this shows all the prices that the current set of Bitcoin UTXOs were last created at. Another way to say that is, each of these bars show the amount of existing Bitcoins that were last moved within a specific price bucket. So we know largely where the supply is and where it last traded in certain price buckets in certain hands. And so what's very interesting right now is that we're in total, what we'd say, price discovery mode, where no Bitcoin supply is really traded at these levels, at these all-time high levels that we're hitting right now. And so a lot of new market entrants are going to come in and kind of redefine what the price of Bitcoin is for them, what's a valuable price for them to bid on. And then we'll see a lot more coins move hands around kind of these increasing prices, but it leaves a lot of room for these levels for Bitcoin to go way up.
I think the coolest thing about this chart and just about Bitcoin in general, and I think it's underappreciated really, is that for traditional assets, say it's a stock or an equity index or whatever, you'll see volume, right? Or you can see certain things like basically volume. But what you can't see is an ownership, a ledger of ownership at every single price that is immutable, that can't be manipulated. That is just 100% pure truth, right? So with Bitcoin entering this price discovery, we can see literally, like when we say hot air above on this chart, it is hot air, and you're having new market participants, new money, people that have maybe dismissed Bitcoin for a decade now, and even old hands who are continuing to accumulate because they understand what this is. We're just going to continue to bid up Bitcoin, and you're going to see this chart just stretch out, and a lot of these kind of, as some older coins take profit, even if it's just a small amount, you're going to kind of see this chart expand, and I think it's going to expand in a fast way, where 100K, where the hat I'm wearing, I think it might come sooner than a lot of people, or especially like legacy market participants, expect, just by the way Bitcoin trades.
Yeah, that's a great point. And what I also like about this too is that you can see where the supply has built up in kind of like a support dynamic for Bitcoin. And now you've got 25 to 30% of that supply that's built up over 40K, which just increasingly raises the floor when we're thinking about how far Bitcoin price can go. So we'll move on to Bitcoin supply and profit. So looking at the new all-time highs, congratulations to everyone that's holding Bitcoin and is a holder. Your supply is in profit, 100% is now at current levels. And what's really interesting about this chart is it's not that necessarily when we get to these kind of profit levels, all of a sudden, people start taking profits. If you look at previous cycles, supply and profit over 95% can exist for weeks or months on ends with kind of healthy drawdowns when people are taking profits. So I look at this as really like this is just getting started in this second phase that we're in when you're looking at all-time highs from previous this year or 2017 or 2013.
I think the interesting thing here is you can kind of see with price, and obviously there's that log scale behind us, or behind that chart there. But what you can see is as kind of the UTXOs, the Bitcoin change hands, you see whereas 30K used to be 100% of Bitcoin being in profit, and then during kind of that May, June, July period, you saw when Bitcoin was at 29,000, it was like 65% of Bitcoin was in profit. So 35% of Bitcoin was acquired at higher levels. So you kind of see with Bitcoin trading in these boom and busts and going parabolic, and the volatility that so often is almost talked about like it's a bad thing. Well, really, it kind of expedites this maturation process of Bitcoin as an asset. You see, the 29K just at the beginning of this year, 2020, it was all-time highs, and there was, everybody was euphoric. And then in July, all of a sudden, it's doom and gloom, and everybody's underwater. And so you kind of see this just happening, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. For those that enjoy just kind of some of these metrics, analyzing the on-chain trends and seeing what's happening under the hood, make sure to subscribe to the deep dive. Sam and I, dig into this stuff and cover all the metrics and kind of what's happening in the Bitcoin market every single day. And for those that don't want to pay for the paid tier, we publish stuff on a bi-weekly basis for our free subscribers. So check that out and see if you enjoy. Thanks for watching.